You can also sing along if you like, if you know the words, or you can read the words on the screen.
By a lonely prison wall, I heard a young girl calling. Michael, they have taken you away, for you stole Trevelyan's corn, so the young might see the morn. Now a prison ship lies waiting in the bay. Low lie the fields that ride, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. By a lonely prison wall, I heard a young man calling. Nothing matters, Mary, when you're free. Against the famine and the crowd, I rebelled, they cut me down. Now you must raise our child with dignity. Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. By a lonely harbour wall, she watched the last star falling, as the prison ship sailed out against the sky. For she lived in hope and prayed for her love in Botany Bay. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry.
Is everyone joining for the last part?
Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry.
Okay, now I'd like to invite Aaron and Melissa to say a few words, please.
We're going to try and get through this, otherwise we're giving them people to read it for us. So firstly, thank you everyone for coming today to help celebrate our mum's life. The fact that so many people here from so many different walks of life have come together says a lot about the person that she was, and a lot more than we can actually say. There's a book that some of you might be aware of. It's called Angela's Ashes, written by Frank McCourt, the introduction of which Mum believed paints a fairly accurate picture of her early life. It was, of course, a miserable childhood. The happy childhood is hardly worth your while. Worse than the ordinary miserable childhood is the miserable Irish childhood, and worse yet is the miserable Irish Catholic childhood. As you may have guessed from this excerpt, life was not easy for the young Jacqueline. It was cold, hungry, and a battle. In the midst of all this, though, there was love. Being the youngest of 7 children had some luxuries and advantages for Mum that her siblings did not have. She told us a lot of stories about them. For example, she mentioned a birthday gift that her older brothers made for her at school in woodwork class, a post office which contained paper, envelopes and her own pencils. That was pretty exciting. She told us stories of going to school with her sister Anne and her being taught to read and write by her, and also of her love of words and her skill with words, which she developed with her sister Teresa by stealing their father's newspaper and taking letters and words out of that to remake words. I think so. After moving to Australia, life got a little easier, well, warmer anyway. As she grew up, Mum demonstrated love, compassion, kindness and independence in all areas of life, and had a way of making people around her feel safe. Mum held many jobs in her youth. She carried documents to courthouses in Martin Place. She cleaned Westfield Fig Tree. She also cleaned hotels and worked as a waitress, which did not end well for the man who tried to grope her while she was working and wound up with a cup of hot coffee in his lap as his reward. As a mother, there really cannot be a better example of parenthood for us to follow with our own children. There were so many advantages of having a young mum. She was only a child herself, really. She enjoyed playing games, drawing, dancing, and our favourite thing was going on adventures which she called getting lost. We didn't actually know she was actually getting lost. We just thought it was a fantastic game. And probably attributes a lot to our love of adventuring and taking off ourselves. Anyone who has ever come across Mum as a professional, a student, a co-worker or a friend knows how intelligent she was. Her students learned so much from her, not just facts, but also compassion, humour, and the skills that they would need for their future. Her co-workers understood the high level of understanding of clients' needs, and she was very well respected in her industry. As for Mum's intelligence, I can truly say I've not yet met her equal. Her philosophy when it came to her studies was, if you can't dazzle them with brilliance, baffle them with bullshit. Sorry, children. And she embraced this concept wholeheartedly, often taking it to the next level. In fact, she would include made-up words in her assignments just to see if her professors would pick up on it. She never did get caught. And the other one to mention was her psychology assignment on the subject, What is Culture?, in which she wrote about it being the key component in yogurt. She got an A. Growing up, we always knew that we could talk to her about anything, and if we didn't, chances were she would talk to us about it anyway. This was also true for our friends. Many of our friends would turn up at our house knowing that there would be a sympathetic maternal ear and usually a hearty meal to follow. In fact, some of our friends came for a dinner and never really left. You won't get one. Don't get me wrong, Mum was not a Carol Brady in disguise. She was an Irish mother with a temper to match. Once she was sick of our room being a pigsty and us not cleaning it up. We came home to discover that she had put everything we owned into plastic shopping bags and thrown them out the window, and made a list of jobs for us that we had to complete before we could earn them back. It was a really overcast day. These things also included things like our bedding, our shoes and our school uniforms. And she would have let us just show up in our pyjamas if we didn't do the jobs, I'm sure. Of course, her temper was not always so calm and calculated. just checked the bedroom door of our old house after she chased me, a teenage me, up a flight of stairs and put her fist through the door, yelling at me to move away from the door. I was like, Mum, you just put a fist through the door, I'm not moving anywhere. For all that though, I know that my children will benefit from how she raised me. She always believed in us and defended us and always had our back.
We will miss our mum beyond belief. Her absence in our life will be profound. All I can say is that our children will always know what a wonderful person their Nana was, and I hope that I can be, that's Mel, as good a mother to them as she was to us. We will miss her forever. That's Mexican.
We practiced this, by the way. Also, we had a signing book over here and some postcards for everyone, and a donation box for the volunteers at Palliative Care, who were just amazing as we were there. They were there, they offered us, morning tea every day. They were there sitting with people who didn't have as much family and friends as Mum did, and they were just amazing. So, Erin's got the postcard there. If everyone would like to take one, you're welcome to, and a signing book as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Ricky, where are you? Got a pen for us.
Mel asked if somebody would be willing to read a poem of Jackie's, and I put my hand up, so I'll try and do it and give it the grace that she deserves. She was, I guess what I want to say is that she was an incredibly powerful woman. She was, you'll hear from this poem, incredibly politically astute, and she was my friend. And I'll miss her. Okay, so the poem is called No Rose Petals for All. I watched the September 11 anniversary being played on the screen. I see a little girl, the pretty blonde hair and the sad face of a child left orphaned by terrorism. And I think of the children of Palestine left orphaned by terrorism whose faces I will never see. I see a tribute laid by firefighters to commemorate the friends and colleagues they lost that early autumn morning. And I think of the friends and colleagues of the emergency personnel of Ecuador whose tributes I'll never see. I listen while a nation mourns the loss of so many of its citizens as rose petals fill the streets. And I think about the nation of Rwanda whose grief I'll never witness, who'd never have rose petals strewn for them. I open the newspaper and read of the amazing outpouring of funds from around the world to support the wives and children of the firefighters of New York City. And I think of the hunger of the children of Argentina whose fathers fell to terrorism, leaving their families destitute and alone. I listen to the outrage of the people in the streets at the injustice of the terrorist attack on America, and I wonder where their outrage was when terrorism visited the people of Bosnia. I walk through a busy amphitheatre on this anniversary day and see the religious leaders of this city gathered in unity to speak their truths about peace and humanity. And I wonder where their sermons of peace and humanity were when people were dying in Lebanon. I wonder why it is that the lives of millions upon millions of people in third world countries was not enough for the world to say enough. Jacqueline.
We're here today to remember the special person Jackie was to all of us. The last year has been an uphill battle for Jackie, with hospitals and rehab, going to the nursing home and back to hospital. At times Jackie may have wanted to give up, but she never did. I'm so proud of her. She fought and tried so hard. I promised her she wouldn't be alone, and she never was. Her family and friends, who she loved dearly, were with her right up to the very end. If I had to use just one word to describe you, Jackie, it would be loyal, along with honest and caring, a beautiful soul with the most wicked sense of humour. Our friendship was instant all those years ago. I'm so blessed that you became my bestie. No one will ever replace you, my friend. You raised two beautiful daughters, Melissa and Erin, to be strong, independent women that you are so very proud of. Thomas and Ruby have been such a joy to you. They will grow up knowing how much Nana loves them. You taught me it's okay to be a little different and shared with me a wealth of knowledge and so much more. Who will I ring now when I don't know how to spell something? I will always remember the good times at Osty Beach with you and the whole clan. You with your Diet Coke, me with mine. We would lay on the grass looking at the clouds, telling stories and joking about our hit list. We would laugh and laugh. Jackie, thank you for being there through my darkest times and all the best moments of my life. I will call on the strength of our friendship when I need you, knowing you'll be there. Everyone has that once-in-a-lifetime friend. You are mine. I'm going to miss you so, so much. I love you till we meet again.
Now Janelle's daughter Charlotte has a poem she's going to read for us all.
Use it as a postcard, it's on the postcard. Oh yeah.
Look for me in rainbows. Time for me to go now, I won't say goodbye. Look for me in rainbows way up in the sky. In the morning sunrise when all the Lord is new, just look for me and love me as you know I loved you. Time for me to leave you, I won't say goodbye. Look for me in rainbows high up in the sky. In the evening sunset when all the world is through, just look for me and love me and I'll be close to you. It won't be forever, the day will come and then my loving arms will hold you when we meet again. Time for us to part now, we won't say goodbye. Look for me in rainbows shining in the sky. Every waking moment and all your whole life through, just look for me and love me as you know I loved you. Just wish me to be near you and I'll be there with you.
And are you going to speak now?
Yes, sir.
Or just...
So this is written by Anne for her sister. My sister was my friend, my sister was my strength. We could laugh and have fun, be serious and shed a tear, or just be with each other, and no words need be said. I love my baby sister with all with all my heart and everything I have, lonely and so, so sad. I love you, Jackie, you are free to roam. Be calm in your resting place till we meet again.
I've just been asked to read a poem that Jackie wrote herself. But I just also want to say a few words about Jackie. Jackie was the kindest person I know, and I will love, and everyone's talked about her wicked sense of humour, and she always used to love telling the story of when Mel and Erin were younger and they shared a room, and that on the one side of the room, Mel's room, and there was a cross above the bed, and Erin's side of the room, she was like a goth, and there was all these rock and roll posters above the room, and how different the two of them were, and yeah, just very proud of you both today. Jackie also, as someone myself who came here as a migrant and doesn't have much family, Jackie always made me feel welcome, and I always felt like I had somewhere to go, and whenever there was anything happening, like a concert, if I went along and I wasn't sure where to go, there was always a table somewhere in a corner with Jackie sitting there with lots of food and people, and you knew you could go and hang out there and you'd be safe. So I just want to honour Jackie for that safe space that she provided for so many of us. The Mother Goddess. A walk through the bush, I am one with my surrounds. I sat among a group of trees, tall and beautiful. All around me, perhaps inside me, the sighs of 1,000 women's voices can be heard. A reminder of the ancient healers, all heard in the sanctity of the Mother Creator. A trickle of breast milk flowing down from the hill somewhere behind me, and the mother lovingly touches her children. If I sit totally still, I can hear her whispered caress, her haunting lullabies, can feel her breath. I am nurtured and contained in her care and beauty, and somewhere fearless. The nature goddess spreading her arms, her wild and unruly children, free yet safe and protected. I am one with this most holy mass.
Now it's time for Sue to say a few words. Thank you, Sue.
Hello. Never spoken to the microphone before. I just want to talk to you about my friendship with Jackie. I was thinking about when I met her, and I thought maybe it was the 70s. I was around in the 70s, but I actually don't remember it. So I think it actually was the 80s. I was a welfare officer located in an office at the First Ward 20. Jackie seemed to be around advocating for people with mental illness. The next time I saw her, she was working for RAFME. And then people started to take notice of this happy, passionate woman who not only was advocating for sufferers of mental illness, but their families as well. We were friendly at work, but I got to know her better out of work when she became close friends with a social worker named Jackie Blanche. And it was Jackie Blanche, Jackie number 2, who introduced me to someone I would be friends for over 30 years. Ward 20 was a dingy place at the end of the hospital. They decided to take over the old TB building and make a new, brighter ward. Who were they going to get to open it? Maybe the Lord Mayor, or maybe the Minister of Health, because he gave them money to refurbish it. No, they asked Jackie, because of her relentless work in mental health. I was at that ceremony, and I was so proud to know Jackie, as she deserved to be the person to cut the ribbon and open the new ward. At times our lives went in different directions, but we still liked each other and we would catch up for a coffee. We all know how much Jackie liked a coffee. When I drove through Thurrool and I saw Jackie sitting out the front of the coffee shop, then I knew all was well with the world. When I heard Jackie was sick, I thought I would go and visit her because I was in hospital years ago for a prolonged period and knew how nice it was to have visitors. So off I went to do my thing. This first visit soon became 4 days a week. I would think to myself when I was driving there, I'll stay for about an hour. That wasn't to be. We seemed to have so much to talk about that I could be there anywhere up to 3 hours. We talked about everything and nothing. We laughed and we cried together. I got hooked back on Diet Coke. We were like 2 old drunks, our ice-cold drinks and chewing the fat. Visiting Jackie was a lot of the time the highlight of my day, and Jackie would always ask me what I was going to do after I left seeing her that day. To her great amusement, I would tell her I was going home to watch a DVD and do my ironing. Jackie would look at me the only way that she could and say, Sue is one sick puppy. Of course I am. Visiting her also has renewed my friendship with her 2 lovely girls. They have both grown into lovely, interesting women. They are girls to be proud of, and I love them both. The night before Jackie went to the women's hospital, I was alone with her at the hospital. I told her that I'd been thinking about her the night before. I said I started to visit her just as a friend in hospital, but what has happened to me is I look forward to seeing her and spending our time together. She has taught me so much about humour and compassion, and I said to her that I've fallen in love with her all over again. She gave me that look again. And then she said, it's nice to be loved, and we had a hug. We all know what a struggle these last few months have been for her. She could still raise a smile, give orders, and check and crack one of her jokes, if you call sarcasm joking. My heart was broken when I couldn't be here with her when she passed away. But it's okay, as she knew that I loved her, and she'll always be in my heart. The room will never be the same without her sitting at the front of the coffee shop with the Red Devil parked beside her. Miss Jack.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind, hanging on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos of memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life.
Let's dance in style, let's dance for a while. Heaven can wait, we're only watching the skies. Hoping for the best, but expecting the worst. Are you gonna drop the bomb or not? Let us die young, let us live forever. Don't have the power, but we never say never. Sitting in the sandpit, life is a short trip. Music's for the sad man. Can you imagine when this race is run? Turn our golden faces into the sun.
for coming, and in true Irish fashion and in honour of Mum, because she did the same thing, we've overcatered for about 500 or 600 people. So please eat some food, because there's so much of it, despite what the burning was in the kitchen before. We won't worry about that. We're blaming Mum, so it's okay. Like I said, please take a card and all of that sort of stuff. And Erin, what else did I have to say? Just enjoy. And the serious stuff's over, so talk and laugh and be happy, because she doesn't really want to have anything serious anyway. So, yeah.